Good afternoon, Charleston County. My name is Jessica. I am the technology librarian at the Wando Mount Pleasant branch. I'm also part of CCPL's Workforce Development Task Force. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about G Suite, which encompasses all of Google services, including Gmail, Google Drive, Google Docs, Google Sheets, and a ton of other stuff. We're going to focus on Gmail to just kind of review some of that email tips that we learned in our last video. I also want to talk about Docs, which is a word processing app similar to Microsoft Word. We're going to look at how we can create resumes and cover letters and things in there. And I also want to talk about Google Drive, which is Google's cloud storage service. So cloud storage is just a way that you can store your files on the internet instead of saving, or in addition to saving files on your computer's hard drive or flash drive, you can save them to a cloud service. So there are several out there. Google's is just one of the cloud services available to you. And the way it works is you would save your files to that cloud storage, and you can get on any computer, pull that up with your login. It's the same login that you use for Gmail and all of Google's other services. So you'll get on the computer, log into your drive, and then just pull up the files from there. So for instance, if you come into the library to do a job application and you forgot your flash drive, but you do have a copy of your resume saved on your Google Drive, then that makes things a lot easier to pull up that way. So you don't have to worry about bringing in that flash drive or any of that stuff. You can just log in, pull it up from your drive, and you're good to go. So we're going to start by logging into Google. You can do that from google.com or gmail.com, either one. I'm just going to click on sign in the top right corner. It's asking for my email or phone number associated with that email account. So I'm just going to put in my email address here. And then I'll click on next. And then I will enter the password. Click on next. So now we're logged into Google. It takes us back to google.com, the same search page there, but we see in the top right corner where we are signed in. From here, I want to go to Google Drive to start off with. So this button here with the boxes all together, that is our apps button. We're going to click on that. Then we see all of Google's apps here. We see Gmail, Calendar, Drive is here. If you scroll down further, you'll see Docs, Sheets, Slides, a bunch of other stuff. We're just going to come back up to the top and click on Drive. And here from my Drive, I can click on New. I can do a file upload, or I can create a new Google Docs file from here. First, let's do the file upload. So I'm going to click on that. And I have my resume saved on my desktop, so I'd already created that resume in Word, so I can actually upload that to Google Docs so that I can access that from anywhere. I'm going to click on my resume and click Open, and it is uploading that. Upload is complete, so I do have that resume now on my drive so I can access it from any computer. Let's practice creating a new resume from here. So we're going to click on New. Go down to Google Docs, and we see we have the option to create a blank document or create from a template. So we're going to click on From a Template because Docs does have several resume templates in here to get us started. I'm just going to click on one of those. We can change the file name from the top here. Right now it's just called Resume, but I can call it something else, and then to seal that name in, I'll just press enter, and then you can make changes here. And you see there at the top, it does say that it's saving as we are typing, and it saves to Drive automatically. So anytime you make changes, it will save those to your drive. I'm just going to go back to my drive from here. The resume is in a separate tab, so clicking on that first tab will take us back to the main drive page. So we see here, that's the resume that I uploaded from my computer. There's a little W beside it because it came in as a Word document. And then this one has the Docs symbol because it was created in Docs. You can upload Word documents usually with no problem. Sometimes if you have a lot of fancy formatting, you may lose some of the formatting in there, but usually Word and Docs are pretty compatible with each other, so you can upload a Word document into Docs, or you can download from Docs and edit it, make some changes in Word without losing a whole lot of formatting in between the two. I'm going to go back to my resume here. And if I wanted to print it, the option is here in the top left. And I can save it as a PDF if I wanted to as well. Some job applications ask you to upload resumes in a certain format. So you do have the option to save it as a PDF and you can upload that way. Notice here on the left, it tells us how much storage we're using. Right now it's only 59 kilobytes, so 15 gigabytes. One thing to remember though is that your storage is shared across your Google Drive and your Gmail. So if you have a lot of emails in your inbox, you're going to reduce the amount of storage that you have for files in your drive. So it's a good idea to keep your email inbox tidy so that you have more storage for your files when you need it. We can send the resume as an attachment straight from Docs here. If we go up to File in the top left corner and go down to Email as Attachment, we can just type out whoever that's going to. It also gives you the choice of what format you want to attach it in. So we can attach in PDF, we could do Microsoft Word if we wanted to. I'm just going to leave it as PDF because that's going to be the easiest. Then you can type in a message. And when we're ready, we can just click on Send to send that. We sent our resume attachment email to ourselves, so we can check our inbox now by going up again to the top right corner, clicking on the Google Apps icon, and then we'll select Gmail from that list. It opens in a new tab, and we see here that the email with our resume attachment in PDF format is right here. You can also attach files from your drive from within your Gmail. We'll click on the Compose to compose a new email, and then you'll notice the Drive icon down here that allows you to insert files from your Google Drive. We'll click on that, and then it shows the files that are in our Google Drive, so we can choose which one to attach. I'm just going to click on Resume, the one that we created in Google Docs, and then I'm going to click on Insert. Once we have that document attached from our drive, we can go ahead and fill out the rest. And we are ready to send it, so we'll just click on Send. Notice how the attachment looks a little bit different because we attached it in a different format. Remember, for the one that we uploaded directly from Docs, we changed that into a PDF format. On the one that we attached from the email side of things, we just kept that as a Google Docs format. So that's why those icons are a little bit different on those. I want to point out one thing that's a little bit different with Gmail while we're here. Usually with your email account, you would be able to create folders to place emails in. With Gmail, they have what's called labels. So things don't go into their own separate folders. They stay here in this main view. They just have a label attached to them. So let's create a label to see how that looks. You'll see up here at the top, we have the option to create a new label here. We'll just call it follow up because we want to remember to follow up on these resumes that we've sent out to potential employers. And I'm going to create that new label now. So we see that follow up shows up here on both of those emails. And you also now have a label over here on the left that you can click on, and it would just show you those two specific emails that are in that label. Let's take a quick look at one of the other Google apps. I'm going to come up here to the Google Apps icon, click on it, and scroll down and click on Sheets. I'm going to click on Blank. We're just going to start from a new spreadsheet here. I just want to use this to keep track of job applications. It's a nice, easy way to keep everything in one place and keep track of when you applied for certain jobs and when you followed up on certain jobs and different things like that. So we're going to put some labels across the top here. And this works like Microsoft Excel works. So since I see that this column D is cutting off a little bit in that cell, I can come up between columns D and E, click and drag that over a little bit so it fits in better. I'm going to click down in cell A2 and type up some information here. And once we have things filled out, we can again widen those columns so that we can see everything that is in each column there. This is a great way to keep track of all the different jobs that you are applying to and make sure that you're following up on them and keeping track of any notes that you may have as well.